All right. Okay. There are clean blocks over there if you want to use them, and towel and blankets. There will be one pose where I will ask you to either use a block or a blanket. You may not need it. It may be a pose that you can do without, but you should have one nearby just in case. Yes, that's my philosophy too. Okay. So let's get settled in. I've been thinking a lot in the last couple of days about how our media is so consumed with the most current event, and that's all we hear about. And my concern is that there are so many other things, like Black Lives Matter, like equal justice in every realm, that's maybe getting swept under the rug, and I don't want that to happen. So what I thought maybe we could do and think about during today's practice is how we are all connected. We are all the same inside. Someone asked Martin Luther King Jr. how he could be nice to a racist, and his answer was that, well, because we're all the same inside, he just doesn't know it. And I love that because it's the truth. We are all identical inside. And we need to remember that. And we need to help others remember it. So before I get off on a speech here, let's come inside, close your eyes. Bring your hands to your thighs, either in a downward or upward mudra. And bring your attention to your breath. Come deeply inside, close your eyes. Feel yourself settled close to the earth in your seat. And the crown of your head reaching up to the heavens. When you breathe in, think of the new energy, the life force that you breathe in. And let go of everything you no longer need. Let go of anything that gets in the way of what we want to accomplish. Let it go. Let go of the past, let go of hatred, let go of all the negativity. Continue with deep, deep inhales and long, slow exhales. Return to your natural breath and open your eyes. Bring your hands alongside your hips. Send your left hand away, your right arm reaching over in the opposite direction. Allow your shoulder to drop. Bend your left elbow. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. And stretch. Send your fingers far away. Keep your sits bones down on the mat so that you have a nice long side body stretch. And come up to center. Bring your hands back down by your sides. And twist to the left. Right hand on left knee. Look over your left shoulder. On an exhale, come to center. And twist in the opposite direction. Remember on the inhale to get taller. And when you're empty of breath, see if you can twist a little more. Inhale, come back to center. Hi, how are you? I didn't recognize you as you were walking in. It's like, who is that strange man? All right. Send both your legs straight out in front of you. Come to Dandasana. The staff pose, your fingers pointing forward, your elbows reaching behind you, your feet are flexed, your legs are active, muscles engaged. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, pause. This time on the inhale, you're going to bend your knees. Inhale, exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, bend and flex. Exhale, point and straighten. And keep that going a few more times. Get all our joints loosened up. And bring it down to your heart. Release your hands and shake your legs out. Right. Okay, so bring the soles of your feet together. Hands on your shins. And begin your cats and dogs here. On an exhale, curl your spine back behind you. On an inhale, send your heart forward. Exhale, lean back. Inhale, curl your spine into the shape of a C, a letter C. Exhale, opposite direction. Inhale and exhale. And then come back up to sit in a neutral spine. And you're going to bring your arms outside your hips. You're going to come forward. And then you're going to swirl to the right. You're going to make big circles in both directions. So at one point, you'll stop in the center and go the other way. And your circles can be as big as you like. You can go all the way back, or make little circles. And then come back to center. Okay. So bring your feet back to a comfortable seat. And here's where there should be 2 more blocks if you would like to use them, Dallas and Jane. up on the chair there. So Stefani, if you don't have a block, use a blanket, you know, something that you could prop yourself up on. Now, you may find that you don't need it, but it's good to have it, and everything's been sanitized here, so. All right, so what you're going to do is come up on your shins and sit down on the block. Back to a cross-legged position. All right. So you're going to step on the leg that's in front and take the other ankle and bring your knee in line with your heel. The heel of, yeah, good. And then place the other one on top, knee over knee. Okay. It could be just a little. It could be a lot. Long, long legs. Okay. So for some of you, it might be easier. So just try it to come off the block. Otherwise, stay on it. See, yeah, is that more comfortable? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I don't like the corners of the of the block, but what it does for you is it lets your knees come down more when you're on the block or on a blanket. So you're going to send your arms straight out in front of you. So this is knee over knee. These are Gomukhasana legs. But what we're going to do, if you have your right leg on top, yes, you're going to put your left arm on top, cross it over, and you're going to come into eagle arms. So you know eagle arms can be just touching the back of your hands, or you can wrap your hands all the way around for your eagle. You're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, send your eagle arms to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, a little back bend. Send your forearms up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, send your elbows towards your waist. Inhale your arms back up and release, fly away. Right. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, forward, up, back, and down. So we want to work our shoulders just a little more so that it's even easier when we come to do this to eagle later. So send your arms straight out and hug yourself. Just hug. Just hug, nice tight hug. Just hug. So you're stretching your shoulders here, so just hug yourself and rock from side to side. Because you love yourself so much. Good. And come to center, open up, other arm on top. And same thing, just cradle. And come back to center and release your arms. Excellent. All right. You can change now your legs. Yeah. We want to go on the other side. How are you doing? Okay, so you know what you can do? Just go like, just leave it that way. You can stay cross-legged. Just stay cross-legged. It's, yeah. Or just a regular cross leg. Just regular cross legs. Okay. Take your feet. Just stand still and tall for a moment. Arm straight out. If your left leg is in front, the right arm goes on top for eagle arms. This time we're going to start sending our forearms up to the sky. Look up. Inhale, exhale, send your elbows to your belly. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale, exhale to the right. Inhale, Exhale, other side. Inhale and release. Excellent. Uncross your legs, shake them out. Okay. So we're going to come on to our hands and knees. And your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. You know the drill. Your arms rotated outward. And you're going to begin some cats and dogs from here, again, to continue to release our spine. So on an inhale, dog spine, heart coming between your arms, your U shape moving towards the earth. On a cat spine, you're arching to the ceiling, pushing the mat away. And continue this at your own pace. Next time you're in your cat spine, pause, send your hips to your heels. Extended child's pose, meaning your arms are extended over your head, stretched out in front of you. You're looking between your hands. You're going to come up onto your right fingertips and thread your left arm underneath your right. Look under your right arm. A little more shoulder work. Inhale, release your left arm. And let's do the other side. Right arm goes under left. Look under your left arm. And release it. Place your hands flat on the mat. Lift your hips, come forward again. A heart between your arms. Your legs are lengthened back behind you. You're engaging your abs to keep you from sagging. You're pushing the mat away from you to keep your shoulders from scrunching up. Send your hips back to your heels, not all the way because we're going to come forward again. Turn under your toes, down dog. Get your alignment in your dog. And once you've got your dog in a perfect position, then begin to walk your dog, bending one knee and then the other, sending one heel down to the mat as you straighten your leg to open up the back of your legs. And then come back to your dog. Come forward to a plank. In your plank, your shoulders are over your wrist, your heels are moving far behind you. And the same thing here, you want to use your core muscles to keep you from sagging towards the mat. You want to push in to the mat. You want to look about 2 feet in front of you on the floor. On an exhale, come to dog. Send your right leg all the way up to the sky, as far up as it can go. And then you want to open up your hip. So bend your right knee, and as if you could stack one hip on top of the other. And then square your pelvis off with the mat. Bring your foot back down. Other side, left leg goes all the way up to the sky, straight leg. Your right heel comes down towards the mat. Bend your left knee, send your left foot towards your right buttock, open up your hip. Square your pelvis to the mat, bring your foot back down. Bring your knees to the mat, child's pose. Come back up to your hands and knees. And you might want to step up to the top of your mat so that, especially people with long legs, so that you can make use of the whole mat. On an inhale, send your right leg back behind you. You're on the ball of your right foot. You're going to swivel your foot, fan open. Look down at your feet. Make sure look that your right arch, the arch of your right foot, is in line with your left toes. Now send your arm alongside your ear, send your toes in the opposite direction for a full side body stretch. Then bring your arm back up, fingers reaching for the sky. Make sure your shoulder is over your wrist and you'll lift your back leg. Your right leg comes up hip high. You can stay right there, or you can bend your knee, take your foot in your hand, and open up to the side. Or not. Good. And release it. Okay, other side. Left leg goes straight back on the ball of your foot. So we do it one step at a time. Swivel your foot, sole of your foot is on the mat. Right toes lined with left arch. Fan open. Right. Shoulder over wrist. Oh no, wait. First, we're going to stretch. Send your arm alongside your ear. Send your toes in the opposite direction of your fingers for a big, long side body stretch. And then send your fingers up to the ceiling. Bring your shoulder over your wrist. Your leg comes up hip high. Bend your knee. Take your foot. Release. Come back down to your hands and knees. Send your right leg back behind you. Lift it up hip high. Good. Left arm alongside left ear. So we're going to do a little core work. You're going to bend your elbow, bend your knee. Inhale, exhale. Bring your knee to your nose, your elbow to your waist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Twice more. And bring it down. Left leg goes back. Lift it up hip high. Right arm alongside right ear. Toes pointing to the earth. Bend elbow, bend knee. Exhale, curl. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Twice more. And bring it down. And come up to sit on your heels for a moment, just to shake out your wrists. That's, when we're on our wrists a lot, I like to do this. So bring your, the backs of your hands together and push them together. Bring your elbows down. Bring them up and bring your elbows down. Keep your backs of your hands together and then shake them out. Okay. All right. Okay, so let's come up to stand. Okay, so We talked about working with eagle. So we're going to do a solo eagle first. I know you all know eagle, but let's start with our legs. Come to a chair, right? And then just allow your arms, because we just want to work on our legs first. And you want to cross your, I'm going to not be mirroring you right now. You're going to cross right over left. And your top foot can be on top of your other foot. It could be on the mat. It could be dangling. It could be wrapped. Whatever works for you. Now the hands. Straight out in front of you. So your right leg's on top. That means your left arm is on top for your eagle. Come down, squat, squat. You're going to get a little twig from the tree to help you make your nest and fly away with it. And come back up. Okay, so let's try the other side. Sit in your chair. I'm just going to talk you through this. I'm not going to do it with you, right? Sit in your chair, then cross left high over right. Squat down a little. Arms to center. Right over left. Good. Eagle arms. Squat down a little bit more. And fly away. Excellent. Okay, so you've all got the eagle down. Okay. So in the sequence we're going to be doing, there'll be a couple of transitions I would like us to do first before we go into the flow, so that you could see them, so that you could see what the options are. So there's one, so this is, we're going to do a lot of birds in the second half of the class. All right, so we're going to start. So you can watch me first. We're going to start in a warrior one. All right. So I'm going to ask you to bring your hands down and lift your leg up and hold it, and then step back to warrior one. We did this last time. The other option is to just step your foot forward and then come to bent knees. Then at the end of this flow, I'm going to ask you, from warrior one, we're going to be back there again, to lift your leg, cross it over, and come into your eagle. Right. Other option, you'll be in warrior one. Instead of lifting your leg up, you just bring it down, come to your chair, and do your eagle. So you have a couple of options there. You don't have to do this is just an extra balancing. And the reason I do it is because it helps to strengthen your balancing practice, so that you get used to putting your weight on one leg and holding it. So that's my reason for. Plus, it's pretty in the flow. It looks really cool. And okay, so then there's another thing we'll do. I'm going to ask you to do, you can stay up, I'm going to ask you to do a side plank. And I just want to review the different ways of doing a side plank. So you usually start from down dog, come to plank. First way, step your foot outside the long edge of your mat and swivel your bottom leg to the outside edge for a supported plank, side plank. One way. Next way, widen your feet away from each other. Come forward to plank. Swivel your feet, okay? Final. Feet together, come forward to plank, stack your feet, and come to your side plank. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's begin. Come to your mountain. Feet a little closer together in mountain pose. Shoulders over hips, hips over ankles. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall comfortably by your side, crown of your head, reaching for the heavens, feet rooted in the earth. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Back to your mountain. Now this time bring your belly towards your spine and notice how that helps lift your rib cage up higher. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up to a flat back, crown of your head reaching forward, sits bones moving behind you. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step your right leg back behind you. Flatten your right leg onto the mat, warrior one legs. Look down and make sure your legs are in separate tracks, like the legs of a chair, right? Send your arms streaming alongside you, flat back. Inhale, come up from the earth, warrior one. As you bring your arms down, you're going to slide forward, lift your leg. Step it back to warrior one. Send your arms down, slide forward, lift your leg. Step back to warrior one. One more time. Slide your arms down, lift your leg. Step back to warrior one. You're going to swivel to warrior two. Step to warrior two. Get your legs as far apart as they comfortably can be. Make sure your left knee is collapsing in. You want to keep that knee over your middle toe at all times. Shoulders are square with your nose. And then turn to look over your left fingers. Inhale, right arm down. Frame your head with your left so you can now bring your hand to your hip if you prefer, or leave it on your thigh, or just send it out behind you for a reverse warrior. So you want to make that a really great stretch on this side, a nice beautiful curve on the other side. Come back to warrior one. Straighten your leg, triangle. Back to warrior two, sorry. Swivel back to warrior one. So we're going to now come into our eagle. So I'm preparing you here. So again, you do it the best way for you. As your arms come down, you're going to slide your back leg forward, lift your leg, cross it over the other, bend your knees, come into your chair. Left arm over right. And you're going to crouch down. You're going to push into your supporting leg. That would be your left leg. As you come up, you're going to spread your wings. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this part. And then you're going to fly away. Excellent. Bring your feet together. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. Other side. Mountain. Inhale, exhale. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Send your left leg back. You want to make sure you're in your warrior one legs. Flat back, arms streaming alongside your hips. On an inhale, bring yourself all the way up into the strong, powerful warrior. You're going to bring your arms down by your side, slide your leg forward and lift it up, back to warrior one. And you can be a little wobbly. It's okay. Back to warrior one. Inhale. Back to warrior one. Inhale. Oops. Back to warrior one. Swivel to warrior two. Reverse warrior. Triangle. Warrior two. Swivel back to warrior one. Bring your arms down, slide your foot forward, cross it over, bend your knees. Eagle arms. Come down to your eagle. Spread your wings. Lift your front leg and fly away. And then bring your leg down. Beautiful. Fold over. Fly out and up and down the center line. Okay. Okay. So our next flow will be more birds. So come to the top of your mat. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Right leg, left leg, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Get ready for your position for your side plank. Inhale into side plank. Bring it down, down dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky, bend your knee. Inhale, come forward into a hovering plank, your knee coming toward your hands. Exhale back to a three-legged dog. Inhale, hovering plank. Exhale, dog. On the third time, you're going to place your knee down in between your hands for swan. This is Hamsasana. The Hamsa is the swan. You're going to come up onto your fingertips. You're going to look forward. You're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, you're going to bend your elbows and dip into the lake to take a drink of water. And maybe there's a fish down there you want. Push into your fingers, come back up. Twice more. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. Exhale as you come down. Inhale up and pause. Send your arms back behind you, Yoga Mudra. Interlace your fingers, your beautiful swan wings, hugging your side body, floating on the lake. Release your hands to the mat. Turn under your left toes, lift your knee away from the mat. Three-limb dog. Three-limb dog. You're going to bend your knee, pigeon. Okay, good. Wow. And if you aren't square on the mat, your hips aren't all the way down, you might want to have a blanket underneath your hip. The reason I ask you to do that is because, and maybe you'd have to fold it over twice, is because we want to keep your spine straight. The temptation when your hip is up here, the temptation is to do this. So we don't want that. We want a nice straight long spine. All right, good. And then come down into your reclining pigeon. Kapotasana, the pigeon. Garuda is the eagle. Come up onto straight arms. You can stay right here, or if you wish, you can bend your left foot and take hold of it with your left hand and maybe add a flourish. Your choice, maybe not necessary. Okay. And release it. Release it. Roll over onto your right hip. Swing your left leg all around and step on your foot. All right. So now you're going to take hold of your hand. That's your foot. You know, feet, hands. All right, so now we're going to do heron. So in order to do that, you're going to lift your leg, and you're going to start here with your leg bent, and then straighten it, put your nose to your knee, heron. All right, good. And bring it down. Okay, so you have one leg crossed in front of the other. You're going to lift your hips, put your hands on the mat, send your back leg back, your front leg back, downward facing dog. So somehow get into down dog. How's that? Okay. Right. Look between your hands. Step your right foot forward. Step your left foot forward. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Fly out and up. Hands to your heart. Okay. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, left leg goes back, right leg goes down, downward facing dog. I'm going to get ready for your side plank, so set your feet, come to plank, and swivel into your side plank. Bring your hand back down to the mat, down dog. Send your left leg up to the sky, straight, long and straight. Bend your knee, hovering plank. Three-limb dog. Hovering plank. Three-limb dog. Third time, swan. Turn over your toes to lengthen your right leg behind you. You can keep your, if it was uncomfortable on your fingertips, on your feathers, come on the palms of your hand, whichever works. Inhale, exhale, dip into the lake. Inhale, exhale, bend your elbows and fold. Inhale, one last time. Now, come up on your feathers. Send them behind you, interlace your hands. Beautiful swans. Release. Turn under your right toes, lift your knee away, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, pigeon. Reclining pigeon. Straight arms. And you can decide if you want to bend your knee and take your right leg, foot, limb. Release. Roll over onto your left hip. Swing your leg around you, step on your foot. So we had swans, we had pigeons, now a heron. Take your foot. And first start here, and this is where you may stay if you decide this is what your heron should look like. Otherwise, lengthen your leg, bring your nose to your knee. Excellent. Good. Release it. Cross one leg in front of the other. Come up onto your shins, your hands on the mat in front of you. Send your back leg back behind you, your front leg back behind you, down dog. Step your left leg forward, step your right leg forward, Uttanasana. Fly out and up, bringing your prayer to your heart. Beautiful work. Okay. Let's come down onto our backs. Take your time getting there. Bring your knees into your chest and hug them. And roll from side to side. Come to center. Send your feet to the ceiling. Your arms overhead, behind you. Open your legs into a big V shape. Inhale, and then on an exhale, you're going to lift your head, your shoulders, your arms, and bring them between your thighs, like you wanted to reach for something. Exhale, come back down, arms overhead. Twice more. Inhale, exhale, lift and stretch. Inhale. Exhale, last time. Bring your feet together. Bring your arms down alongside your body. Bend your knees and begin to bicycle. Just gently, very little bike. Like you were on one of those bikes with the big front wheel, so you only have to pedal just a little bit. And then pause and back pedal. Good. And then pause. Bring your feet to the mat. Arms straight out from your shoulders like a T shape. Bring your knees into your chest. Inhale, exhale, send your knees toward your right elbow. You're looking over your left shoulder to your left fingers. You're going to inhale to center. You're going to exhale over to the other side. Inhale to center, bring your feet to the mat. You're going to do that again, but this will be a very gentle version of what you just did. So send your knees to the right, your gaze to the left for a gentle spinal twist. Bring your knees through center over to the other side, gaze to the other side. Come back to center. Bend your elbows, bringing your arms into a cactus shape. Walk your feet to the edge of your mat. You're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, you're going to close your arms one over the other, your legs closed too, like you were closing a book. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. And do this a few times at your own pace, rolling over from side to side, massaging your whole back body. And then you'll come back to center, stretch one leg out and then the other, and let them just relax comfortably. Arms a little bit away from your hips, your side body, palms cupped upward for Shavasana. Feel your head melting into the mat, your shoulders, your whole back body surrendering to gravity. Let go. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Deepen your breath, beginning to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side and make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms overhead, your feet away from you, deep body stretch. And then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and for one last time, roll from side to massage your back. And then bring your knees to center, release them, and roll onto your right side into a fetal position, exposing your moon side to prepare you for a peaceful evening ahead. And when you're ready, come up to sit. And when you get there, bring your hands to your heart. And let's come back to the beginning of this class, and we talked about our connectedness, our being part of one consciousness, our being all the same inside every one of us, no matter how we look, no matter where we're from. Let's keep those thoughts in our mind, in our heart, as we move forward. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste. You're welcome.